What Jakub Kiwior did after Antony's mistake, while Arteta praises Arsenal's secret weapon in the title race. Football.London takes a look back at the key talking points from Arsenal's 2-0 victory over Manchester United at the Emirates Stadium, which helped them narrow the gap to Premier League leaders Liverpool. On Wednesday night, the Gunners secured an impressive 2-0 win over Manchester United, closing the gap to Liverpool at the top of the league. It wasn't easy, as United adopted a defensive approach in the first half, which ended goalless. But two set-piece goals, yes, set pieces again, earned Arsenal all 3 points, with Jurrien Timber and William Saliba scoring the crucial goals. Arsenal's frustration from earlier in the game vanished, and with Kelleher's late mistake for Liverpool, who were held to a 3-3 draw against Newcastle, the gap at the top of the Premier League is now down to 7 points. This is crucial ground gained in the title race. As the game neared half-time, a sense of frustration began to build. It wasn't that Arsenal was playing particularly badly, but this Arsenal fanbase knows there is no room for error anymore. Perhaps it was the notifications from St James' Park that sparked the growing tension. Liverpool was drawing. A rare opportunity to close the gap in the title race had emerged. Eventually, Arsenal prevailed. Two set-piece goals were enough to secure the win when they weren't at their best. The old saying goes that this is what title-winning teams do, and Arteta prefers to describe it as victory in any context. He was predictably satisfied at full-time. The Spanish coach has remained composed even as the odds stacked up against his team in this season's title race. No team has ever recovered from a 9-point deficit in November to win the league. Yet Arteta refuses to throw in the towel. Instead, the focus remains on making sure his team does its part. "We try to look after our own business," he said. "We try to play the way we're playing right now and find ways to win the game. I think the team deserved the win today, which is very good. We can't control what the opposition does. You can see week in, week out how good the opposition are. It's tough for everyone." Even though Liverpool dropped points, they still hold a 7-point lead at the top of the table, a huge gap by any stretch of the imagination. But how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Arsenal can hope for Liverpool to drop more points, but if they don't win their own games, luck doesn't count for much. The focus now shifts to Fulham, where, once again, only a win will do. Stop snobbing set pieces. Arsenal only scores from set pieces, so the critics say. But hold on a second. Why is that a criticism? Why is scoring from a set piece such a bad thing? We all love a well-worked Wenger tiki-taka move, but if a team scores from a corner or free kick, doesn't that count just as much? Why the snobbery? Mikel Arteta certainly has no problem with it. Ahead of the game, he laid out his philosophy on set pieces. "I don't believe in set pieces being trained separately," he said. "It's all connected. We work in a way that is very close to the game." And this was proven against United. Arsenal didn't maintain the attacking intensity that had driven them back into form. So, when that intensity abandoned them, what did they fall back on? Set pieces, of course. Jurrien Timber rose highest to head home a brilliantly delivered corner from Declan Rice at the near post. There was a bit of luck when Thomas Partey's header from a Bukayo Saka corner ricocheted off the back of William Saliba and into the net. But Arsenal earned that luck with the respect they showed this often overlooked part of the game. By the end of the match, Arsenal fans were celebrating a self-fulfilling prophecy. A corner delivery was as good as a goal. The build-up to Saka's delivery was worthy of a finish that Mikel Merino unfortunately couldn't provide. Try telling any Arsenal fan enjoying that set-piece brilliance that goals from set pieces mean less. They wouldn't have listened. Mikel Arteta certainly wouldn't either. "We need that," he said of the two goals. "I think we want to be very dangerous and very effective from all angles and all phases of the game. Today, we could have scored from open play, like we did against West Ham and Sporting. The team truly believes that, from all angles, we have the mentality to threaten the opponent and try to score. The squad steps up." When the team news dropped for this match, the reaction was apocalyptic. Gabriel was out. Jakub Kiwior was in. Cue the end of the world. The Polish defender had been somewhat unfairly criticized in recent weeks. Because he isn't quite at the level of what could be considered the Premier League's best centre-back, people had already written him off as the second coming of Igor Stepanovs. A minor mistake against Viktor Gyökeres was overblown. A weak moment against Jared Bowen was exaggerated. But let's make one thing clear. Kiwior is not a failure. In many Premier League teams, he'd be a regular starter. He proved that against United. The game didn't start with much pace, but that's understandable for a player making his first league start of the season. However, he grew into the game. His long passes became sharper, his defending more astute. The highlight came late on, when he snuffed out a rebound from Antony's shot and let out a roar of defiance, a display of emotion rarely associated with the former Spezia player. If you're going to win the Premier League, this is the kind of performance you need from your squad players. Pascal Cygan played 18 times for the Invincibles. No one would have called him a key player in that last Arsenal title-winning team, but his winner's medal is as deserved as Sol Campbell's or Kolotus. The same can be said, to a lesser degree, about Alexander Zinchenko. In his first league appearance since opening day, the Ukrainian was solid for an hour before tiring and being subbed off after picking up a yellow card for a foul on Amad Diallo. This ability to rotate the squad without a drop in quality is vital for any title-winning team. No wonder Arteta was so proud of the two of them. "Big credit to Jakub and Alex," he said. "It's Jakub's first game for a long time. You have to be strong against that kind of opposition and those attacking players. Same with Alex, and they were both magnificent. Great. We trust them. They've prepared so well, and when they had the opportunity, they grabbed it with both hands. So happy for the team."